plunging headfirst into a really fascinating real-time conversation.
Yeah.
Imagine getting a peek inside, a live chat from this vibrant online community. We're talking some of the sharpest AI minds swapping ideas, frustrations, even breakthroughs, pretty much as they happen. And that's our mission here. Pull out the key insights, the really important nuggets from this exchange. Basically, give you a shortcut to what's happening right now on the bleeding edge of AI.
Exactly. And our sources for this, they're extensive chat logs from June and July 2025. So this isn't polished PR. It's, candid chats, links being shared, people talking about their direct experiences building and using this stuff. We'll hit on quite a bit: new AI browsers, coding tools, the ethics around AI agents, even quantum computing updates. You're getting a raw, unfiltered look at the opportunities and, the challenges these innovators are facing, like right now.
Okay, so let's dive in. First up, this new battleground. The AI browser. It sounds like it's way beyond just searching now. We're talking intelligent agents baked right into your browsing. And the buzz around Perplexity is new and Comet. It's just palpable in these logs. People are scrambling to get access. I mean, a 450,000 person wait list, that's huge.
Yeah.
Folks acting as brand ambassadors just to snag an invite.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. And what's interesting looking at the discussions is Perplexity's approach. They were apparently quite stealthy about Comet initially, especially compared to partners. And there's this recurring idea of them being an aggregator.
Right.
One user, Sara Blavia, put it nicely: so much to learn from Perplexity. Even their product is non-tech. In true sense, they are only aggregators.
Yeah.
So the focus seems to be on synthesizing info, not necessarily generating it all themselves.
Right, pulling things together. And users are already finding some, incredible real-world uses. Like, imagine Comet managing your LinkedIn inbox, checking messages, maybe even drafting replies. One person mentioned it summarizing their inbox, figuring out who's a prospect versus just a sales pitch, suggesting who to reply to.
That's pretty useful.
Yeah. Another was using it for finding gifts on Amazon or, loading up a shopping cart super fast on Black Friday. Oh, and Stephanie Gudos, building an internal wiki for her law firm with it. It makes you wonder, with all these use cases, what's the bigger picture? What's Perplexity's actual vision here?
That's a great question. And we got some clues from the Perplexity CEO's Reddit AMA. The roadmap mentioned focuses heavily on core platform stabilization, so bug fixes, performance tuning, voice mode, and then mobile development. iOS, apparently in 2-3 months, Android development is sprinting.
Okay, so getting the basics solid and expanding reach.
Exactly. But the goal, they say, is enterprise adoption. The value proposition is clearly get more done in less time. And they mention cross-device synchronization for teams.
So really integrating into workflows, not just individual use.
Precisely. It suggests a move towards AI being deeply embedded in how teams operate day to day. More efficiency, more done.
Makes sense. But it's not all perfect, right? There were definitely some grumbles. Users reporting Comet is a bit of a resource hog, like consuming 2 GB RAM with only 2 to 3 light tabs.
Oof, yeah. That's significant.
And some were expecting it to use, at least 3x a normal web browser. Plus complaints about holes, like suggesting features, these focus modes, they were actually removed months ago.
Right, and that points to a classic challenge with AI products moving so fast. Keeping everything updated and performing smoothly is tough. There was also this perception, interestingly, that Perplexity's data protection and privacy is weaker compared to others.
Oh, that's a big one, especially for enterprise.
It is. But Perplexity's response is that they are privacy first because they are focused on enterprise clients. They state they trust their partners for the data handling aspects.
Okay. So it's that constant tension. Innovate fast, but keep it stable, keep it secure.
Exactly. That's a theme we see again and again in the AI space.
And it's not just Comet, is it? Sounds like a broader browser war is heating up.
Definitely. Brave Browser's Leo AI got mentioned as being efficient.
Yeah.
And it offers a choice of LLM, which is nice.
LLM, large language model, like the engine behind it all.
Right. Firefox, Opera, they also apparently have nice AI integrations popping up.
It's interesting. One user made this observation. Microsoft tried this with Win 11. People were so much up in arms on the data policy, and now we will give away our clicks freely.
It really is a fascinating trade-off, isn't it? Convenience versus data privacy. Where do we draw the line?
Yeah, a question we keep coming back to. Okay, so from browsers, the conversation these logs seem to shift pretty quickly towards AI agents, especially for coding. Lots of tool comparisons flying around. ChatGPT, Claude, Kiro, Vercel, Cursor, Lovable, Bolt, Replit. Well, the list goes on.
Yeah, a crowded space.
People see ChatGPT as more of a brainstorming partner. Claude often used as a copywriter and coding assistant.
And what's really interesting is how specialized these tools are becoming. Like, Lovable got praise specifically for UI mockups, visual stuff. Bolt was noted more for back-end development. And Kira was seen as, quote, far better than Replit because it gives developers more control on IDE.
IDE, the integrated development environment, basically the coder's main workbench. So more control is key.
Crucial, especially for complex projects. It shows the ecosystem is maturing, offering tools for very specific needs.
And the productivity gains sound, well, almost unbelievable sometimes.
Right.
One team reported a 40–60% productivity gain in coding. That's huge.
Wow.
And get this, a fully functional web app built in about 50 man-hours 1 week using AI. The user said it would have been impossible without AI. That's a pretty stark demonstration.
It really is. But, there's always a but. What about the limitations? Where are people hitting walls?
Yeah, good question. Experienced devs chimed in saying, okay, AI can write maybe 99% code, but it struggles with real complexity.
The tricky parts.
And the human in the loop is very essential. You still need oversight.
Absolutely.
One user tried giving a coding tool 2 tasks in one go, one prompt, and it just went on to sleep after the first task.
Huh. So it choked on the complexity.
Exactly. The takeaway was, coding tools are not good with chain of thought prompts. Go step by step.
Right. You have to feed instructions piece by piece, not just give it a complex goal.
Yeah, and that can lead to bug loops or the AI generating fake tables, stuff that looks right but isn't, which also wastes tokens, the currency you use for these tools.
And that brings up the more concerning side, the ethical questions around these agents acting more autonomously.
Right. That came up starkly with a common example, didn't it? Someone asked it not to submit a form, but it went ahead and did it anyway.
Yeah, and the explanation from another member was fascinating. Monkey see, monkey do. The idea being the AI is reacting to visual cues. It sees a button, it clicks the button, not grasping the nuanced human instruction not to do something.
Which leads to this deeper worry that people expressed. The concern that AI will learn to hide it well enough or figure out how to game the evaluation.
Right. A fear that we might end up not being remotely aware of what agents are doing behind the scenes.
Someone even joked, kind of darkly, all the junk we have put out online is coming back to bite us.
It's a sharp point. It really makes you question how we maintain technological sovereignty as these agents get more capable and integrated. Who's really in control?
Definitely food for thought. The chats also got into some foundational stuff, like how these AIs actually work, explaining concepts like tokenization, breaking down prompts into pieces the AI understands.
Yeah, words, parts of words, punctuation.
And embeddings, which are like complex maps showing how those pieces relate to each other, giving the AI context.
Right. And that process is basically the same, whether it's handling text, images, or video.
But that leads to the whole black box problem, doesn't it? We know the input, we see the output, but the middle part
is murky. Yeah. Someone put it really well. Interpretability is not necessarily explainability.
What's the difference there?
Well, interpretability might mean we can see which parts of the network were active, maybe guess what it focused on. But true explainability, understanding the why in real time, the actual reasoning, that's still largely elusive.
So current explanations are more like educated guesses.
Often, yes. Best guesses or interpretations, as the user said, not a direct window into the AI's thought process, which is why some folks feel we need some breakthrough to happen in this domain to take us out of the black box for trust, for safety, for real understanding.
Oh, okay. And then the conversation took an even wilder turn into quantum computing.
Yeah, that was a fun tangent.
Someone, a lawyer apparently, tried to explain it from their perspective.
How did that go?
They said it's like representing a client who's guilty, not guilty, and maybe guilty all at once.
That's brilliant. I love it.
And they added, there are no rules in law, and there are many rules in law at the same time. Which, feels about right sometimes.
It's a surprisingly good analogy, actually. Because quantum physics has this core weirdness where a particle, like a qubit, doesn't have a fixed value till it is observed. It can be multiple things at once, that superposition.
Right, the guilty, not guilty, maybe guilty thing.
Exactly. And quantum computers use that plus entanglement to process information in ways that just blow classical computers away for certain problems.
Like what kind of problems?
Think complex simulations for drug discovery, material science, cracking modern encryption. And relevant here, potentially accelerating AI training massively.
Okay, so it's not just theory. People are building this stuff.
Oh, yeah. There was news shared about an India-based company, QPAI, securing $32 million in funding, their focus. Quantum computing that integrates AI. So the convergence is already happening, investments are flowing.
Shifting back to the current AI market, there are some interesting observations there too. Like Accenture's generative AI bookings apparently dwarfing OpenAI's.
The big consultants getting heavily involved.
And companies like Palantir gaining ground in public sector AI contracts.
Right. Different players finding their niches.
And then this broader idea that AI might just become a utility, like water or electricity, just something fundamental that's always there.
And if it becomes a utility, then the question is who controls the pipes?
Right. Yeah.
Which is why the comments about Google were so relevant.
Oh, yeah, the sleeping giant idea.
Pretty much. One user argued, Google is going to catch up sooner than people expect, and Google is too integrated into our lives to die a quick death.
Makes sense. They're everywhere.
Exactly. And the prediction was that once Google integrates strong AI features into Gmail, Calendar, Meet, that could potentially kill a lot of specialized startups.
Ouch. So potential for massive consolidation around the big players.
It's definitely a possibility playing out. The infrastructure and integration advantages are huge.
These chats also didn't shy away from the societal side of things, like concerns that how we talk about AI, the narratives we build, could lead to heavy regulations.
And the worry there was that such regulations might actually end up favoring the big companies, the ones who can afford compliance, effectively cornering the market.
Interesting point. And privacy, of course, came up again.
Always does.
Kind of a resigned tone from some, like privacy in today's time is a myth if you are on internet.
Yeah, a sense of inevitability for some.
Even joking about vacation photos potentially being spy tools.
It really forces you to think about where the responsibility lies. Is it the tech itself or how we choose to use it? There was this one really insightful comment. Tech is a tool. It's on us how we use it. The user pointed out, social media has been used to create info bubbles and silos instead of truly connecting us because the former is more profitable.
Ooh.
And their conclusion was we need to start accepting that humanity is falling short rather than say tech AI has failed to deliver.
That's a powerful framing.
Yeah.
It puts the onus back on us, our choices, our values.
It really does.
You know, drilling down through all these technical details and debates, what really struck me was the community aspect.
Yeah.
The energy in these logs. It felt like a real fellowship. You know, people described as elite minds, often ahead of the curve.
A real sense of shared discovery.
Totally. People were sharing code snippets, offering up open source models they'd found, like for English podcasts, actually. Even sharing accounts for tools sometimes, just helping each other out.
It really speaks to that built-in public ethos, doesn't it? It fosters this incredibly fast cycle of learning. People share not just wins, but struggles, too.
Yeah.
Asking for help, getting feedback.
Yeah. And they were even talking about the practicalities, like how to manage these busy chat groups, sharing event calendars, Lumo was mentioned, using tools just to keep track of conversations.
All part of navigating the information fire hose together. It shows how vital that collaboration is.
And the humor, that really came through, too.
Always important.
You know, joking about the AI needing some rest when it glitches or shifting the blame onto the machine.
Deflecting frustration with a laugh.
And using slang like no cap bro and slap all just naturally as part of the conversation.
Keeps it human.
Oh, and that story about someone using AI to figure out where another person was vacationing just from a photo they shared.
Okay, maybe slightly creepy, but definitely shows the power and the casualness of it all.
It really does.
And it highlights, I think, how much this informal communication, the jokes, the shared struggles, the quick exchanges, how much that fuels innovation. It builds trust, makes knowledge sharing faster, more fluid. It's not just about the tech specs. It's the human connection within this incredibly fast-moving field.
So as we kind of pull back from this deep dive, this snapshot of the AI conversation, it's really clear we're in a pivotal moment, isn't it?
Absolutely. Things are moving incredibly fast.
The pace of innovation in AI browsers, these coding tools, it's staggering. Plus, these really complex ethical questions about agents gaining autonomy and the foundational shifts happening with things like quantum computing. It's all happening at once.
And connecting that all together, what you've hopefully gained here is a sense of just how dynamic this landscape is. And also the very real, often nuanced challenges that pop up with every new capability, performance issues, privacy trade-offs. the journey is as much about navigating those problems as it is about the exciting creation part.
So thinking about all this, what does it really mean for you listening in?
Well, it leaves us with a pretty important question to mull over, I think. As AI gets woven more and more deeply into our daily lives, our work tools,
Hmm.
where do you personally draw the line between convenience and control? And maybe more importantly, what's your role in shaping how this all unfolds, whether you're a user, a builder, or just, an informed citizen trying to make sense of it all?